Hi, this is Andy with Mountain Computers, the Go Green PC Tune-Up Guy. Today is October 20th, and I want to show you this quick Windows 10 installation. You don't have to pay for Windows 10 if you have a Windows 7 computer. All you need to do is upgrade the computer, okay? So, I here, on this jump drive right here, is Windows 10, okay? I downloaded it from Microsoft using the Media Creation tool, formatted this drive, and made it ready for Windows 10. Plugged it into this computer right here. This is a Dell computer. It's an i5. It's got 6 gig of RAM. It's got 1 terabyte drive. It's got enough to meet the minimum requirements and then some. So anyhow, I'm just going to show you real quick how this works. So I'll zoom in on this screen and I'll show you what you got to do. It's pretty simple. So let's just do this real quick. Let's zoom in on this screen. Okay, as you can see, like I said, this here is the jump drive, okay? Real simple, okay? Plug that into the computer. Oh, and by the way, what I did was I took all the passwords off this computer and I activated the what do you call it? The administrator account. So I'll just show you that real quick. Let's zoom on this a little bit closer so you can see it. About right there. So the focus will work. Go a little bit closer. Alright, so using this keyboard, I'll do this real quick here. I'll just move over here so you can see. So I'll bring up the command prompt. Okay, so you can see 1 terabyte. Let's see here. As you can see, I got my USB drive. It's 28 gig. Only about 7-8 gig of it is used for the actual Windows 10 64-bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the command prompt. Now let me grab the mouse. The mouse is pretty tight here. Alright, click on this. Say run as administrator. Okay, once I do that, run as administrator, I'll bring this down so you can see it. Okay, you should be able to see that. So, net users. Okay, so I have guest Jim Duncan. Okay, this is Jim Duncan's computer. So I'm going to do a set. Set's going to tell me Jim Duncan right here is the profile username. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this so you can see that. I'm going to say net user Jim Duncan asterisk. Okay. By doing the asterisk, it's going to allow me to enter the password or empty it. So I'm just going to press enter a couple times. So now it's blank. Okay. Then I'm going to activate the administrator account because it's not active. So active, yes. Okay, that's the first thing. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the administrator account. Set that to blank. Okay, you always want a backdoor account in case you get in trouble. So the first thing about Windows 10 is when you go to update it, they want you to actually have the antivirus turned off. Okay, so I'm just going to do this as if you don't know better, and I'm just going to fire this up. Okay, go ahead and double click on this and do the setup. Now I'm going to run this. Start new from the beginning. I actually did this once. I'm going to start from the beginning. Minimize, close everything. I don't have anything on. It's not on the network. It's going to take a few minutes here for it to prepare. Just make sure you're not plugged into the network or you're not connected wirelessly. Otherwise it will take forever because it'll go to Microsoft and do all the downloads. So here it is. It's saying, would you like to install Windows 10? And first thing you're going to do is to click the next button. I don't need to help Microsoft learn anything more. They're supposed to have enough beta testers and preview testers. Now it says we're getting a few things ready. So I'm going to show you the hardware real quick. It's pretty slick. I'm going to take this off. Okay, so this is the computer. I'll zoom out here for a second. That's his computer. His power supply was making noises. So anyhow, I went ahead and checked out his hardware. He has 2 slots of RAM. That's a 4 and a 2 gigabyte. I replaced his power supply because it was old. This is an old computer, but it's an i5. There was no capacitor problems, no board problems, wasn't dirty. The The hard drive is a Seagate. That's fine. I'll take a Seagate and 1 terabyte. So the power supply and the hard drive, those are the only things really going to need to be checked on over time. So that's about it. So let me go back here to this setup, because it's already come back. It's an i5, it goes pretty quick. Here we go. We'll zoom back down here, find the middle of the screen, zoom in. Okay, there we are. Didn't take long. I'll just make sure I got this where I want it. There we go. Okay, so what it's saying is, do you accept? I'll say, yeah, I accept. Now, mind you, I have not taken off the antivirus. He's running Microsoft Security Essentials, I know that. But I just want to show you what's going on. It's checking for updates, and it can't because there's no network connection. So, I might end up stopping this just for a second until it gets done. So, I'm going to pause and I'll be right back, okay? Just a second. Okay, so we're back. That was a lot faster than I expected. It only took about 2 minutes. So anyhow, it says, what needs your attention? And as you can see, right there, it says Windows Security Essentials. Need to take that out. So I'm going to back up here a little bit. And I am just going to go to the control panel, Programs and Features, right there. Find Microsoft Security Essentials, because you can uninstall this without having to reboot. Right there. Let's uninstall it real quick. Now, if you had McAfee or Norton or something like that, you could temporarily uninstall it, save your settings and preferences and licenses, and then reboot, and then come back here and start over again. But typically when I'm doing this, and I know they've got Norton or McAfee or Sophos or NOD ESET32 or something like that, yeah, I'll just uninstall it quickly. So that's uninstalled, and then come back and refresh. So right here it says refresh in the corner, so I'm going to click that. It's going to do another analysis once I've gotten rid of this. Good. So we're at the point where it's Windows 10 Home. Keep your personal files and settings. He doesn't have any strange programs, so Windows 7, if I do Windows logo pause break, he's got Windows 7, he's got 6 gig of RAM, it's an i5, 2300, 3 gigahertz. That's good. So let's go ahead and hit install. Now mind you, while this is still going, you can switch back and forth. I'll back up here a little bit so you can see more of what's going on. You can switch back and forth. I don't know what that's zooming for. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Yeah. There we go. It's having a hard time zooming, focusing. So this is 4%. So I'm going to pause it again. I'll splice this together in post, and we'll be right back. Okay? 5%. So it might take 20 minutes or so, but I'll be right back. Okay? Okay, so I'm back for a second. As you can see, it's at 30%. So just to show you that you still can't interact with the desktop while it's doing so, I'm going to Alt-Tab. See? It's still running. So I'm going to switch back to it. Okay? So if you want to do anything while it's in the midst of doing what it's doing, you can. But just so you know, you're not locked out. Make sure you don't have any screensavers. Make sure you don't have any sleep and hibernation going on. Unfortunately, some people do have that. This computer doesn't have that. So all I'm saying is, it's good to know what's going on. Oh, and the other thing that you can do is this is activated. So Windows is activated. So just so you know, it's Windows 7 Home Premium, 64-bit, yeah. If it was 32-bit, I'd have to reload it anyhow, because it's got to be 64. The computer's capable of 64. It's got to be that way. So we'll be right back. Okay, it looks like it's already rebooted. This is Andy from Mountain Computers back with you. It's at 12%. It says don't turn it off. So based on the looks of that screen, it looks like it's already rebooted once after it was preparing and finishing. So it's been about a half an hour. So with an i5 with 6 gig of RAM, usually 45 minutes to an hour is normal. So we'll just see what happens. So I'll stop this and we'll be right back. Thanks. Okay, so as you can see, it rebooted a couple times. Well, you didn't see that part. But it was 21%. Now another, how much time's passed since we last looked? Another 10 minutes has passed. It's at 30%. So it rebooted 30%. So we'll be right back. Hold still. Okay, so we're back. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm going to pull that forward. You can see that corner right there. Sort of tough to see. Get that out of the way. Oh, just disconnect the video cable. It's okay. There we go. We'll be back. Yeah, there it is. We'll bring this forward a little bit so you can see it. There we go. That's better. Okay. So anyhow, what time is it? It's been an hour and a half. So this i5 with 6 gig of RAM didn't really perform as fast as I'd like. It probably took an hour, 45, 2 hours. So anyhow, when this comes up, choose privacy settings for your device. I click accept, even though other computers I turn most of this stuff off. But in this case, I'm just going to click accept. Okay. And there you go. This is Windows 10. Hold down the Windows logo, pause break key. It's going to show us what the activation looks like. We don't need to worry about Microsoft Security Essentials because Windows Defender Security is installed by default. As far as drivers go, when we plug on the internet, it's going to ask us to do some things. We'll check that out. And I scroll down here, and it says connect to the internet to activate Windows. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Okay. I am going to grab a network cable, plug this in real quick, and you'll see down here in the bottom right. I should turn this down a little bit so you can see that we're not connected. You know, right there. See that we're not connected. There you go. Now you can see everything. Yeah, right here. We're not connected. Nope, nada. Hey, but it's got Wi-Fi built in. That's cool. But I like the internet cable, so I'm just going to go ahead and plug a network cable in real quick. When this pops in, you may get the pop-up that says, would you like to finish your Windows installation. I'm going to unplug this jump drive here. Don't need it anymore. Okay, so done with that. So we got a network connection. So let's go ahead and just reboot this thing. Alt F4, restart. Now on most computers there's a Windows 7 sticker on it. So if this activation doesn't work, you can always use the Windows 7 code to activate the digital code for Windows 10 in the same family. So Windows 7 Home becomes Windows 10 Home, and Windows 7 Pro becomes Windows 10 Pro. So we're just rebooting right now. It won't take too long. It'll get the display driver. It'll activate Windows. You just have to be patient. So if you have Norton or McAfee or some other antivirus, you can reinstall that. There'll be icons on your desktop to reinstall it. If you click the buttons to uninstall it and leave it to where you can reinstall it real quickly. Some people have multi-year licenses for like McAfee and Norton, and that's okay. I don't like those two because they're just too heavy on the computer. They're good for people who don't know how to surf the internet, so it gives them more protection from going bad places, versus people who are more experienced and know what to click and what not to click and how to read as you surf the internet. So this is pretty quick. Now we can put the user's password back on there if you know it. In my case, I just leave it off for now. so they can always turn it back on when they get the computer back. So, anyhow, it's not too late. It's almost 9 o'clock. We started this at 7:30, so 7:30. Is that? I think it was 7:30 when we started it. Yeah, I think so. We're close to. So not too bad. Hour and a half. Yeah. On an i7, it runs about 45 minutes. With about 8 gig of RAM or 16 gig of RAM. Just remember to leave the network cable unplugged when you do this. If you plug it in and run the media creation tool, download, upgrade this PC, it's going to take a lot longer because it's going to download all the updates that it finds, which can be good or bad. Now, if you've got standard equipment, standard OEM computers like HP's, Dell's, Toshiba's, whatever, you don't need to do that. All the drivers that pretty much come with your computer will work, even MSI and ASUS. But if you have a strange computer, I mean, even Lenovo's okay, but if you have a strange computer, the compatibility of the chipset, the video drivers, anything funky on it, not necessarily the drivers for the, I mean, if you got a RAID array, that might get funky, but Windows 10 mostly has most of the RAID array drivers at the hardware level. That will work. Software level, hardware level, you name it. Just make sure you double check your backups. Some people will have backup routines from Western Digital or Seagate or something like that. So first thing you do after you do a upgrade like this is to run your backups. You may have to rebuild your backups because your backups were built inside Windows 7, so you might have to recreate it using Windows 10. But that's not a big deal. So, okay. So like I said, it's October 20th. It's about 9 p.m. We didn't do anything but remove Microsoft Security Essentials when it said we got a problem with this. So we uninstalled it. We just refreshed the compatibility check, and that was it. Now, let's try this again. Windows logo, pause, break. It's thinking. That's what you get for a platter drive. There it goes. Where are we down here? See, there it is. Windows is activated. So that's good. Windows 10 Home, 64-bit. Windows is activated. And that's it. You can look at the device manager. And the most important thing in the device manager when you look at it is the display driver and see if any missing devices. If there are any missing devices, usually they will eventually come in within, say, 30 minutes to an hour. So don't get all freaky busy with your computer. Let it settle down after you do a major upgrade. Let the internet, let the computer do its updates. It might reboot a few more times or suggest that. So not to worry. Sometimes the display driver is just the basic adapter. His video adapter, his video is on board VGA right now. He does have a display port HDMI, but that's usually included, so let's just look at the display adapter. Yeah, see it says basic display adapter, so we're just going to go ahead and right click on this and say update driver. Just search automatically. It should find it pretty quickly. There it is. It found it already. This will make the screen pop a little bit, go black, and then the resolution might get really high. You might need to back it back down a little bit. But other than that, though, here it comes. It's coming. It's like waiting for paint to dry. There it goes. But this client, he dropped it off this afternoon about 3 o'clock. I changed the power supply. Took about 25-30 minutes to clean things out. And then I was going to do this a little earlier, but then I thought I'll go ahead and record it. Let you see what it looks like while you do it. This is the only driver we'll install. Everything else, I'll just let it stay on and it'll do its thing overnight. This is the 1909 version, so there's a 2004. Oh, there it goes black. Now it's going to come back. And see, the resolution did get quite a bit better. So, just in Dell HD graphics. I can always go to the manufacturer's website and download the driver, or just leave it like that. So, there you go. We'll just close this, leave it on. Most of his office will be fine. We can just Windows logo R. Don't let me do it. Just thinking about it. There we go. Just type in WinWord. I've been typing in that command since 1991. There it goes. It's going to take a while. I'll tune this computer up too. You have to really tune up Windows 10. Couple services you set to manual, the sysmain, the Windows search. I set those to manual. Make sure you create a restore point. You can use our Go Green PC tune-up. I see that still on his desktop. I wonder if oh, here it comes. He's got 2010. Microsoft's saying 2010's expired support here in like a month or so, and I think that's stupid. 2010 should run another 5 years without any questions. But they're making our lives difficult. I mean, it should just work, you know? So let's go. Yeah, it's Pro Plus 2010. Okay, cool. That's cool. So we'll close that. Good. See if this Go Green PC tune-up will work just fine. Yeah, that's still activated. He's running a really old version too. I'll just download the latest. This version is about over a year old. That's okay. We'll run this. This is the latest version. I think it's September. Yeah, September edition, 2020. Yep. Yep. Next. Close that. And next, and finish. Yeah, there's the new version, September 8th. We'll just go ahead and let's look at the restore points and see what happened. See if the restore points are safe. When they're on, we'll configure them. Hey, they're still good from the last time. That's good. good. That's good. Hey, it made it through the update just fine. We'll create restore points real fast. While that's running, go ahead and tune this up again. There. Then we'll check performance. There we go. That's not too bad. Yeah, his drive performance is good. Network looks good. I'm just alt-tabbing. Yeah, his network is good. 44, 36, 35 on RTT, and his hops are less than 10. That's good, at least for my network on Charter Spectrum. And that's good. That's good, good. I like it. We'll exit that. Let this finish. Close that. Don't need to let that finish. It's just doing its thing. Minimize that, and that's it. So this is Andy from Mountain Computers, the Go Green PC Tune-Up Guy. Have a great evening. I'll go ahead and get this posted. If you have any thoughts or comments or questions, post those down below. And like, subscribe, and share. Have a great night. Bye-bye.